Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle, joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today we have a full baseball slate for Tuesday, September the 24th, as most teams will start their second to last series of the season. We have 6 days remaining in the MLB season. Man, has it flown by this season. It's been a fun one. Hopefully we'll continue on through it. Quick recap of yesterday for me. I had 2 plays. They both lost. It was a short card. I took a shot at the Cubs. They lose. I take a shot at the Jaguars. That was embarrassing. And we move on.
Oh, that was quick. Okay. Let me pull up. I forgot to.
It was only 2 plays to go over.
No, you're good. Yesterday, I had personally 4 plays. Started off a winner with the Buffalo Sabres puck line in preseason hockey. Anyways, had a winner with the Seattle Mariners as they are still alive for the division at the moment. I had the over in the Commanders game. I think the Commanders almost got there by themselves. And then I was stupid and added the Jacksonville Jaguars with you, so that one was a mistake. It is what it is. Ended up being a 3-in-1 day, so can't complain there. Up a little bit of money. And we go to a decent-sized slate, which I'll say there's a lot of games that mean pretty much nothing. So it's going to be a lot of kind of not really too interested in a bunch of games.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a couple of spots that I do like on the card.
Yeah. We'll definitely get over that. Head over to the chat, and then we'll get into the card.
Good job on the ice, guys, Nick. Good intakes.
Yeah, they were having the season preview videos on the Ice Guys. Unfortunately, I think they're only Patreon only, which is kind of lame, but yeah.
Gotcha. Nick was on the Ice Guys. Yeah, apparently it was paid stuff. NFL destroyed me last night. Went the complete opposite of how I thought it would go.
Yeah.
Hit a home run prop. It wasn't the D-backs. Seattle and Phillies are my only 2 winners. Let's bounce back today. Let's do it. I don't know. Trevor Lawrence was bad. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is not good.
Neither is Joe Burrow.
Neither is Joe Burrow. Nice 6-2-1 yesterday. There you go, Fernando. I really like some spots today. Judge, Acuna, and Ohtani. Little did we know that you're talking about him. That's Acuna. Morning, fellas. NFL definitely went sideways yesterday. Let's move on together to today. Hello, my friends. Bengals +6. They were 7.5-point favorites. 4-4-6. We're not addressing those. That's a stupid line. Little fishy. Okay, I know it was a 13-point teaser, so they probably laid -200 on. Oh, wait, no, sorry. He had like a 6-team or whatever, but it was a 13-teamer. We're not going to address that. Let's move on, Nick.
Yeah, we will head to the first game of the day. We have the Detroit Tigers and the Tampa Bay Rays. The Tigers -175 favorites. Look at that total, Tim. 6.5, because apparently this is the Lightning and the Red Wings, because we have a hockey total. Ryan Papiot and Tariq Skubal. Line opened up 170. It's now 182. So we have a move towards Scooby here in this one. Line opened up at a 7, down to a 6.5. So the line's moved towards the under here as well, which tells me Scooby pitches well, which I believe they have it lined up to where if they need him, Scooby can pitch the last game of the season, which I don't know about you, having Tariq Skubal in the back of my pocket for game 162 does sound pretty appealing. And they would probably be -400 favorites at home against the White Sox. in that game, which the White Sox have potential to make history today, which would be really cool to see. But yeah, let's take a look at the cash flow in this game. Let me get off of college football cash flow, where I was starting to look at college football yesterday. I moved on the Thursday game so far, but let me switch over to the MLB cash flow here. This is taking some time to load. There we go. 85% of the tickets and 98% of the cash is on the Tigers. The lines move towards the Tigers here. Totals of 6.5, so it's not a cash cow. And then 99% of the tickets, 97% of the cash on the over, and the lines dropped. Tells me that we see a really strong performance here from Scooble. Pepe at 3.63 ERA, 1.43 whip, 10.88 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%. 3.63 walks per nine, a 3.05 BABIP, a 5.14 FIP, and a 3.88 SIERA. On the flip side, Tariq Skubal, 2.43 ERA, 0.98 whip, 10.92 strikeouts per nine, which is 31%. 0.3 walks per nine, a 3.42 BABIP, a 1.82 FIP, and a 2.50 SIERA. Bullpen edge going towards the Tigers. Hitting edge going towards the Tigers. 117 WRC plus, which is 7th, compared to 94, which is 12th. I don't know if I'm getting involved in this game because my initial thoughts was probably an under in this game. Everybody or 99% of the tickets are on the over. Yet this line's dropped from a 7.5 to a 7 to a 6.5. And I get it. This could be the too easy over. To lean towards an under for me personally, I can still get a 7 at minus 125. So that's kind of appealing there, under 7. Is this something I would like to get involved with, though? Not particularly. The Tigers are not a team I'm jumping in front of, though, right now. It's amazing what they've done this season. I believe just like a month or a month and a half ago, their percent chance to make the playoffs was 0.2.
Yep.
Now they control their own destiny. So kind of interesting there. No play here for me.
Yeah, no, I couldn't get involved in this one. I wanted to lay – it would be a run line or nothing with the Tigers, but I did not feel like it would be worth it with this low of a total. Just because it's an early game, I'm going to stay off. I would say, it's easy under, but it's Tariq Skubal and a Braves offense that's awful. So I can easily see this game being 3-0 or 1-0. Like this game could be it could be 1-0 final today with like a sack fly in the 7th inning or something like that. Early day baseball, but I don't really think it's going to be all that fun of a game. So I'm going to stay away from this one there.
I actually am going to move on this one. I think I'm going to take that. I'm going to take the 7 at the minus 125. So a 3-3 would be a push instead of a loss. Because 6.5 is plus 105. I don't like 6.5s personally. But I'll take minus 125 under 7 in this game. Under 7 minus 125.
There you go. NHL.
What about it?
Great day to be a Philly fan. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Razor. Yeah, I know. I cashed your Phillies to win the division. Honestly, I think the cop probably should have cashed it a little bit earlier, but I will always take it, and it's better that the Braves didn't win the division, so that's always nice. But ask the Braves how winning the division the last 2 years have went. So, I mean, the Phillies should have clinched the division. They're a good team. I'm not going to take that away from you. And enjoy it now. Got Skubal over 8Ks for plus 120. Feeling he's going to deal. Kind of has to. 4 teams, 13 teaser, minus 130. Easiest bet, 3-0. Minus 140 for a 4-teamer. Jeez. Okay. Rays money line.
The Rays do seem kind of appealing in this game, but I just don't like the way the lines moved.
Only way Skubal doesn't hit the mark is if the Tigers go up 4-0 in the first of 5. Yeah. Did you guys enjoy the pictures I sent you of the Phillies partying? Dude, I don't really care. I cashed the Phillies division ticket.
Yeah, and I didn't bet it, unfortunately. I should have. Remember during the All-Star break, Tim, I did buy-sell segment? Well, if the Phillies were to run the table and win the rest of the game, they still wouldn't cash the I still wouldn't lose the under 98.5 wins I gave out, because I said they were going to regress in the second half, and they kind of did. So,
but yeah, no, the Phillies were supposed to clinch. What the Mets were like 11 games under 500. Phillies had a monster lead in the division. Yeah, they should have won the division. What up? Twins money line. Cubs smash spot today. I agree. No way Tigers lose this game. Best pitching in the MLB. We said this month. Okay. I think Pepiot can keep it tied until Skubal gets pulled. I don't know about that. Series win minus 250. Why are you laying minus 250? Oh, it's Mr. Numbers. He's an idiot. Rays under dog. And if anything, first 5 under. See it? All right, Nick, here's where I'm going to start my day. And this is going to be a big play.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. The Chicago Cubs and the Philadelphia Phillies. The Cubbies minus 130 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. And you're probably looking at this game, looking at it and thinking, wow, the Cubs are this big of favorites? Actually, it opened up at a 120, got up to the 130 this morning, and it's come back down to the 120. Line opened up 8.5 minus 115. It's down 8 minus 115. So a move towards the under and a move towards these, and no move on the side. We have 55% of tickets and 57% of the cash is on the Phillies with no line movement there. 73% of tickets, 76% of the cash is on the over in this game as well. The line moving towards the under. It is going to be Justin Steele versus Tanner Banks. It's going to be a bullpen game here for these Philadelphia Phillies. In this one, and on the flip side, Justin Steele looking to still get back in the swing of things after the injury. Now, he did pitch. He has pitched once since returning from injury, and he looked okay, but he didn't go far into the game. I remember grabbing live overs when he pitched against the Athletics, and the game finished 5-3. He went. I'm trying to get up what he did in that game. He went 2 2/3 innings pitch. He only threw 57 pitches. So the ultimate question is he going to throw enough in this game? Or is this going to be more of a Cubs bullpen game? Which, honestly, I want more of Justin Steele, but a Cubs bullpen game doesn't scare me too much. Like backing the Cubs here in this spot. Plus, when we look at it, the Phillies are coming in off of clinching yesterday. And then the big series over the weekend that they played against a divisional rival. I think this is the letdown spot potentially, and I would like to move on the Cubs here, full game minus 124 for this game, which I just did. This is just fading the clinch, really, is what it is.
I went big on this one on CapperTek, Nick, 3 units. Cubbies minus 121. Well, this is one of the big spots where a team clinches a division. They party all night, drink, watch the lineups come out, and it's scrub.
No Schwarber, no Harper, no Realmuto.
That's my point. Is
this line's going to be minus 150 Cubs once the lineups come out, type of thing.
Exactly. So get it now. I got it at minus 121. I got it at a good price. I put a chunk on it. So Cubbies money line here.
Yep.
Cubs. You guys sound weird unless it's my earphones.
We've done nothing differently.
Yeah. Here, Nick, go through the chat. I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to pull up the stream to hear what it sounds like.
Okay. Let me get over to the chat then. Let's see. Razor's here. He's the bet. Okay. Phillies money line. Got the Cubs minus 115 last night. Phillies partied again last night. They do hit up lefties. So I'm a bit nervous, but this is a Cubs spot. That is it. Yep. What's up, Nick and Tim? What's good? Wine Time Sports. Remember Philly trying for best record? Yes. This is just a situational spot.
That's fine. But 446 out of anybody here, you saw the pictures last night. You saw the videos last night of them celebrating like crazy. Come on, dude. What are you doing?
Yep. Let's break the banks. Minus 200, minus 2.5 cubbies.
Go for it.
Last night, broke the bank with Chase first touchdown. There you go. You're good, Tim. Don't worry about it. You guys sound normal. It's just your room sounds a little bit echo.
Okay.
Yeah. I wonder why teams play immediately the day after they clinch. Because they really don't make the schedule. If I'm understanding the question right. Do you guys have the mics or just use laptop mic? I'm just using my laptop mic right now because the table I'm using, the arm to my microphone, which I don't know where it is at the moment, it doesn't fit on it. So unfortunately, if I were to have a mic, I would have to plug it in and hold it like this because I don't have anything to hold it with. So I'm not going to do that. I probably should get another microphone that can just sit on my desk normal. And I can use it like that. But yeah, they're not just going to give the game away. I'm saying yes, but check the lineups when those come out because it wouldn't surprise me to see Harper not playing and Schwarber not playing. We'll see. They probably lose you, right? We'll see. No big deal. That's the only thing. I still hear you fine. All right. We'll keep on going here. So I've already made moves in the first two games. We'll get into the next one here. The Milwaukee Brewers and the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Brewers minus 135 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. Tobias Myers and Bailey Falter. Line opened up 138, still a 138. Line opened up 8.5 minus 105. It's now an 8 at even money for this game. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one where we have, let's see, 25% of the tickets and 50% of the cash is on the Pirates. Line's not moving, but, I mean, it's a 50-50 cash with just 75% of the tickets on those Brewers. 68% of the tickets, 70% of the cash is on the over in this one as well. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, Tobias Myers, 3.71 ERA, 1.39 whip, 10.13 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%, 3.04 walks per nine, a 319 BABIP, a 4.37 FIP, and a 3.79 Sierra. On the flip side, Bailey Falter, 4.67 ERA, 1.33 whip, 5.67 strikeouts per nine, which is 15%, 3.33 walks per nine, a 277 BABIP, a 4.47 FIP, and a 5.22 Sierra. Bullpen advantage, Brewers. Hitting advantage, Pirates, 88 WRC plus, which is 23rd, compared to 82, which is 19th. And one thing I want to see if they do not have outs props for Tobias Myers. Because I heard reports, the Brewers kind of know where they are. They're kind of understanding that they're going to play in the wild card series and they're going to host it. They're not going to really allow their pitchers to go more than 5 innings over the last week. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If you are betting player props with Milwaukee Brewer pitchers, maybe pump the brakes a little bit because they're not going to be going as far as people think.
I don't know why you would be betting player props with Milwaukee Brewers pitchers. They've been like that all year, but go ahead.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. They're not going to be pitching their starters that far into games anymore, as far as I know. And it's just one of those. They just want to be healthy for the wild card series. I have no interest in this game. This is a pretty simple pass for me.
Batters walked, earn runs, hits loud, walks, strikeout. Okay, yeah, no, they don't have any. I was checking BetStamp for your player prop for the Milwaukee Brewers pitcher, but at the moment, I'm gonna kind of go through what each team is going through right now. Obviously, we kind of talked about the other teams, but Milwaukee is currently 3.5 games back of the Philadelphia Phillies for that second seed in the National League. I don't see Milwaukee catching Philadelphia because I believe Philly. What does Philly have this weekend? They get. Where's Philadelphia? They get Washington, so they should be able to at least get it there. So I wouldn't be overly concerned with Philly, with Milwaukee trying to catch Philly. So I could definitely see Milwaukee kind of pulling back for the last series of the year, at least, as well. And I'm just going to stay off Brewer games. I mean, I hope they get swept next series, but that's not the point. I'm going to pass on this one. It would be a lean towards the Brewers because they're still, I guess, playing for something, but nothing that I really need to get involved with.
Yeah, that final series for the Brewers is going to be interesting because ultimately, I think the Brewers can dictate who they want to play in the first round if they really wanted to.
Yep.
Because the Padres are going to get the top wild card seed.
Yep.
I think that's pretty set in stone. They're 3.5 games above the Mets. The Mets and the Diamondbacks have the tiebreaker. The Brewers want to play the Mets in the first round.
The Mets have the tiebreaker over the Diamondbacks.
Yeah. If the Mets want to play the Brewers, they'll try. Or if the Brewers want to play the Mets, they'll try. And they'll try to beat the Mets to keep them in the 6th seed. They don't want anything to do with the Mets. They can tank those games and play the Diamondbacks instead.
Honestly, who would you rather?
I'd rather play the Diamondbacks.
I was about to say, who would you rather play right now?
Yeah, and if I'm the Mets, that 6th seed looks very appealing.
It does.
I would rather go into a series having to face Freddie Peralta, Tobias Myers, and Aaron Savali rather than Joe Musgrove, Yu Darvish, and Dylan Cease. I don't know about you, but that sounds a lot more appealing, don't it?
Yep.
I'd rather play the National League Central winner than the top wildcard team.
Yeah. I seen under Brewers aren't hitting that well.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Sorry. Lean Brewers and the under. Brewers run line. What makes you say they aren't hitting because the D-back series? I don't know. Brewers and the under. I think KC is the most shocking line today. Orioles have 3 runs in 5 games. Hey, I'm getting a call from a private number. Fun. Pittsburgh upset. There you go. Brewers had some bats last game, but before that, they weren't scoring more than 2 runs per game the 5 games prior. There you go. Besides Reynolds and O'Neill, Cruz, what do the Pirates have? They really don't have anything else because that's why they're not in a playoff spot. What happened to Rowdy Tellez? He used to hit bombs. He turned into Daniel Vogelbach. Okay, here we go. Tigers, Royals, Twins, all to win their series. All to win their must-win series. So Detroit should be able to beat Tampa Bay. Royals should, in theory, be able to beat the Nationals, although I'm probably going to end up leaning the opposite way there today. We'll see. I want to look at that game a little bit more. And the Twins against the Marlins. You know I like that one already. Rowdy Tellez, he got too fat. 6'4", 270. He's massive. By the way, just because they must win the series doesn't mean they're going to win the series. I heard an interesting stat today that teams that need the win lose above 50% of the time. That's my point. Just because they need to win does not mean they're going to.
And if they need to win at this point of the year, they're probably not a top echelon team.
Although the Mets need to win today, but that's not the point. All right, Nick, we got a team that's out of the playoffs versus a team that has already clinched the division. And I believe, but
we do have
are still fighting with the Yankees for the 1 seed. But I don't know how much they're going to put into that. Yankees and Guardians already have the buys, so
yeah. And one thing to keep in mind, a little angle as well, is that I think not yesterday but 2 days ago, the Cincinnati Reds fired David Bell, the manager. So something to keep in mind as well. But let's get into it here. The Cleveland Guardians and the Cincinnati Reds. Guardians minus 155 favorites, total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the pitching or at the line history in this one. Line opened up at a minus 160. It is now a 152. So an 8-cent line movement here towards the Reds in this one here. Line opened up 7.5. It's now an 8. So the line just moved towards the over here as well, suggesting that who would it be? It would be Tanner Bybee is vulnerable in this game, is what these numbers are suggesting. 85% of the tickets and 74% of the cash is coming in on the Guardians. We got this line moving towards the Reds. 94 towards the over here as well. The line has gone towards the over. We have Jacob Junis, which since starting to throw with the Reds has actually been pretty solid. 1.73 ERA, 0.54 whip, 7.27 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%. 0.35 walks per 9, a 162 BABIP, a 276 FIP, and a 3.44 Sierra. On the flip side, Tanner Bybee, 4.46 ERA, 1.31 whip, 9.44 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%. 2.62 walks per 9, a 309 BABIP, a 4.39 FIP, and a 404 Sierra. Bullpen edge going towards the Guardians. Hitting edge going towards the Reds. 102 WRC plus, which is 13th, compared to 98, which is 19th. I'm interested in the Reds a little bit in this game. That would be my only lean in this one. They just fired their manager. Was another interesting angle for them there. Do the Guardians have that much to play for? They've already clinched the division. The bye, I believe, is theirs as well. Now, the ultimate question for the Guardians, I think at this point, is whether or not they have the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed, which they're 2.5 games behind the Yankees right now. So that's the ultimate question, I think, remaining for the Cleveland Guardians is whether or not they get the number 1 and the number 2 seed, how much that really matters. Because if you're looking at it, the Guardians would be the 2 seed right now. So that would mean they would play the winner of Detroit-Houston. Who would you rather play? The winner of Detroit-Houston or the winner of Baltimore-Kansas City?
Well,
that's who the Yankees get.
Actually, right now it would be Baltimore versus Detroit. Because Detroit has a tiebreaker over Kansas City.
So it would be Detroit versus Baltimore and Kansas City versus Houston?
Detroit versus Baltimore. Yes, at the moment, that's what it looks like according to MLB standings.
Fair. I'm interested in the Reds in this game.
Okay. Give me 2-1. I'll take the shot. There you go. Reds first 5. By the way, sorry, I'm staying off the game. It's a team that's already clinched, kind of already has their spot versus a team that's out. If teams have nothing to play for, I'm really not going to look towards them unless there's a real angle for it. Reds first 5, the over 8. 2 goats right here, young goats, but they're still goats. Good luck today. Brothers, ESP, thank you for the show. Appreciate it. Stop. Gio was leaning Reds first 5. Nats is the one team I would worry because the Royals are a bunch of choking dogs, but they are due. I mean, show some guts, please. Yeah, they Kansas City's all of a sudden only one game ahead of Minnesota for the last wild card spot, so that's kind of uneasy. And lean under 4.5. Y'all missed y'all's Philly breakdown. Lean Phils? Nope. We are on the Cubbies, and I'm big on the Cubbies today. Over Cleveland first 5. Love Cincy here, but the Guardians are working towards that top spot. Bybee's overrated in my books. He's one of the most profitable pitchers in baseball, though. Saw Cincy plus 150 last night. Didn't move on it. Cleveland good at home. Junis has been unreal. He has been good. What up, Earls? Alternate the Cowboys minus 13.5 on Thursday. I will be on the Cowboys. I
mean, I feel like they put the Cowboys at 4.5 begging for Cowboy money.
I mean, the Cowboys just got blown out and the Giants beat and the Giants won a game. So I don't know. You can make whatever case you want, but it's a bad spot for the Giants.
I just feel like this line is baiting Cowboy money. That's just me personally. I don't know yet. I haven't bet it yet. But I don't think I want to lay points with them.
But the Cowboys just got blown out by the Ravens.
No, they didn't. They lost by 3 points.
Okay. Yeah, they lost by 3, but it was not that close. But we'll see. Feeling like a dog day in the MLB today. It could be a dog throughout the rest of the season. Jumped on the Reds for the value. Yep, Bailey. That's why I was under 4.5 first 5. He's pitching decent. Big win by Seattle yesterday. Hopefully you guys were right. They make the playoffs. I smashed that after listening to you guys. If I lose, it's 100% your fault. That is 100% fair.
The Mariners are a game and a half out. They play the Astros for another 2 games. I'm hoping the Astros win one of them because I have the Astros to win the division, and we can just wrap that up. And then they have 3 at home against Oakland. So very, very possible. And Oakland would be coming off of their last series at home, where I think I'm – and here's the –
I'm backing them every single game this series.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Oakland A's are going to probably put all their energy into the last series in Oakland, and then I could see Seattle taking care of business in those games. The only thing I'm worried about with that is you're going to have to pass both the Twins, who play Miami, and then they play Baltimore. So, and then Kansas City, who's on an absolute slide though. They get Washington and then they go to Atlanta, which those games against Atlanta might mean something for Atlanta. So who knows? Yeah, it's an interest. It was worth a long shot. I hope they lose at least one to the Astros though.
There you go. Plus 950. I had to do it to fellow Mickey. Had to do it. You fellas made total sense yesterday. I mean, it's still wide open, and I feel like there's a little bit of value on that just because of how close they are, but we'll see. At the end of the day, it's what, a plus 950? You can't be mad if it loses.
Yeah, the applied odds are like 11% on it.
Yeah. Let's go to this one.
Yeah, this one was an interesting line here. Minus 160? Now minus 165 I'm seeing for the Kansas City Royals. Line opened up at a 145. It's now up to a 165. Line opened up at an 8. It's down to a 7.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one here, where we have 76% of tickets, 98% of the cash is on the Royals in this game. Then we have 98 on the over with the line dropping. We got Mitchell Parker and Cole Reagans. Reagans a 2.89 ERA, 1.14 whip, 10.93 strikeouts per 9, which is 30%. 4.5 walks per 9, a 274 BABIP, a 303 FIP, and a 3.93 SIERA. On the flip side, Mitchell Parker, 5.4 ERA, a 1.59 whip, 9.26 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%, 3.47 walks per 9, a 356 BABIP, a 3.51 FIP, and a 4.26 SIERA. Bullpen edge going towards the Royals. Hitting edge does go towards the Nationals, 89 WRC plus, which is 15th compared to 67, which is 24th. So neither of these teams are hitting particularly well. This under does have, I think, a little bit of appeal to me here. Also, I know this is going to sound weird. I would only look at the Royals in this game, and hear me out on this one. You're on a 7-game losing streak. 6 of those were at home. What better to kill momentum like that than a day off and changing cities?
Yep.
And usually I like to do that with teams on big winning streaks. Then hitting the road, you fade them. I mean, I kind of want to back the Royals -1 here. Mitchell Parker is somebody who I projected for some negative regression down the end of the season. And if there's a pitcher on this Kansas City Royals staff that can stop the bleeding, it's Cole Reagans. He's their ace. You make the playoffs, game 1, he's getting the baseball.
Yeah.
This has got to be Royals or nothing, right? The line move, I think, is telling you everything, too. It opened up at a 145. Now we're seeing 165. I think I want to move on the Royals -1. And I had no intentions on doing that whatsoever. But I think the Royals are the play in this one. I think this was a good spot for KC, who is changing cities on a bad losing streak. I think that can help maybe steer them in the right direction. Maybe that's what this team needs is hit the road. This is the business trip. It's the Nationals. Sweep them. You need to do that to make the playoffs here. You need to put a statement back in that the Royals are not going to collapse here. You got Minnesota a game behind you. You got Seattle a game and a half behind you. You got the Tigers tied with you. Show something here. I'm interested in the Royals -1. I think I'm going to move on it.
This one's a toss-up game for me. And I know it's Cole Reagans. I know it's Kansas City that I've been super high on this year. They've lost 7 in a row. And now I have to lay a run line on them. Probably not something I want to get involved with. It's just not really a great spot for it. I love Reagans. I think Kansas City could be interesting in the playoffs depending on who they play. Most likely, I feel like they're going to end up getting the 6th seed, which means they would get Houston, which that would be a fun series. I'm going to stay off of this game. I would probably lean towards Kansas City with you, but I just can't pull the trigger on them.
I'm going to put my money where I'm at this. It's a little juice. It's -132, but I think it could the number could be worse. I'm going to move on the Royals -1, -132.
Okay. Seattle has a great record versus Valdez. They do. We understand you won't be mad, but it will be fun swearing at Nicholas. I would agree. Royals 7-game losing streak. Nats 4-6 to the last 10. Under 8's a good move.
I would lean towards an under as well. I think Reagans comes out here and shoves.
I like the Royals. Parker has under 3 ERA at home. Kansas City hasn't scored more than 2 runs in a game in forever. -6 today. I'm probably tripping, but I'm betting it. -6 on a run line? Jesus. Nats team total over. Royals run line. If you're betting the Royals tonight, do the series or parlay I gave you.
Nope, I'm just taking the -1 line.
Catching a falling knife. I'll take my -6 back. Sorry, guys. No. You don't have to take anything back.
The best I can find is +210 for -3. I do think this is a blowout spot, though. I think this is a really good get-right spot for the Kansas City Royals.
There you go. The books know the Royals are going to win.
Yeah, I think the books have made this line blatantly wide for a reason. Like we saw in the series against the Giants, those lines were not very wide. Like they were kind of, the markets were telling me the Giants were going to play well in that series.
Look at Nick copying 446 and again yelling at the Royals to show some guts.
How the fuck am I copying you on this? Is it every single word I say I'm copying you? Like, stop.
Anyone betting the Royals is only betting from gut. The numbers don't add up. Maybe I'm having an off day. I'm not betting the Royals today. I will bet this game, and it's probably going to be the day that the Yankees clinch.
Let's get into it. The New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles. Yankees just need 1 in this series, or 1 in general. Their lucky number for the division is 1.
Yeah.
Line opened up 150 to 155. Line opened up at an 8.5 -120. It's an 8.5 and -110. Move towards the under, a 5-cent line movement here towards the Yankees. 91% of tickets and 99% of the cash is on the Yankees, which makes them not appealing whatsoever for me though. However, the line has moved 5 cents in their direction. But the question is, with 91 and 99, is it enough to warrant only a 5-cent line move? 85% of tickets and 84% of cash on the over. The line's moving towards the under in this one here. And the under, I think, does have some appeal. Let's get into it. Dean Kramer, 3.81 ERA, a 1.24 whip, 9.21 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 2.54 walks per nine, a 3.16 BABIP, a 2.99 FIP, and a 3.71 SIERA. On the flip side, Clark Schmidt's been really solid, but I do expect some negative aggression from him. 1.76 ERA, 1.30 whip, 8.22 strikeouts per nine, which is 22%, 2.93 walks per nine, a 3.18 BABIP, a 3.36 FIP, and a 4.06 SIERA. Bullpen edge, Orioles. Hitting edge, Yankees. 102 WRC plus, which is 15th, compared to 100, which is 17th. For me, I don't think this line move is enough on the Yankees to warrant them. With 91% of the tickets and 99% of the cash on them, I would have expected this 150 to be a 160 by now, or a 165 by now. I would expect a bigger line move. This tells me Baltimore is a little bit more alive than people may think. And I think a lot of people are just going to think, okay, Yankees wrap it up. Division's over. I think the Orioles do what the Mariners did last night. Put it on ice for one night. I think the Astros win today. I think the Yankees probably win tomorrow. But I think the Orioles delay it one day at the very least. And when you look at the Orioles here and you look at Dean Kramer, I've said this plenty of times. Dean Kramer's the type of pitcher that I never want to lay juice with. But I'm more interested in him as a dog. I would only look Baltimore in this game, personally. And it'd be Baltimore full game. And this market's telling me that Baltimore is a little bit more alive of an underdog than people think. And that would be the only way I would look in this game, is towards the Orioles in this game. But not betting it, but it's dog or pass for me.
Here you go. Orioles every day. I will say I'm going to put out one final tweet after the last weekend of the year on everything with the Orioles. It's going to be up money, and it's going to be a profitable experiment. How much, we don't know yet. But I will be posting out my final Baltimore Orioles tweet after this weekend.
Okay.
Oh my God. Yankees smash. Yankees party tonight. Orioles win tomorrow. Mystery solved.
I think the series goes Orioles, Yankees, Orioles.
Calm down, Nick. Breathe. It's okay. It's okay, Tim. They can clinch tonight. We could fade Yankees tomorrow. No, thank you. Judge has 3 home runs on Kramer at 13 at bats. There you go. Over 8.5. It's at -162 now. Who did the O's play in the first round? Cleveland. Give me Cleveland easy. Nope.
They would play Kansas City, I think.
Houston at the moment. Oh no, sorry. Nope. I was thinking about Kansas City for a minute. They would play Detroit.
Detroit, yeah. Nick,
you are scaring me. I might need to jump ship. Brewers getting steamed. Yankees -1.5. All right, Nick, I pass on this game.
Yeah, I shouldn't have, because that was the only read I had that was somewhat right yesterday. What was I liked the Red Sox yesterday. It's just I couldn't trust Tanner Houck, and he went out there and pitched well. So let's get into this one here. The Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. Fun pitching matchup. Bowden Francis and Brian Bayo. Line opened up 130. It's now 119. So move towards these Red Sox. Line opened up 7.5 -115. It's now 7.5 -122. Move towards the over here as well. 76% of tickets, 74% of the cash on the over. Lines moving towards 30% of tickets and 61% of cash on the Red Sox. Line moving towards them. The Red Sox look very appealing in this game. Let's get into the pitching matchup. We have Brian Bayo and Bowden Francis. Bayo, 3.38 ERA, 1.24 whip, 7.53 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%, 3.89 walks per 92, 83 BABIP, but 305 FIP on a 4.56 SIERA. On the flip side, Bowden Francis, 1.80 ERA, 0.54 whip, 7.71 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 1.29 walks per nine, a 110 BABIP, a 4.17 FIP, and a 3.88 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards Boston as of late. Their bullpen's been better. The hitting edge goes towards Toronto, 120 WRC plus, which is 6th, compared to 71, which is 29th for the Red Sox. If I was betting strictly on market alone, this is Red Sox money line. However, not everything correlated for me here to bet the Red Sox. I do project some negative aggression for both these pitchers, but I don't know if the Red Sox are that team to take advantage of the Bowden Francis potential negative regression, which Bowden Francis will, I believe, get one more start this year. So maybe we fade him next Sunday. But with that being said, it's a no play for me. I would lean Red Sox, but wasn't enough for me to pull the trigger.
Fair enough. I'm passing on this game. I'm not even gonna. It's a Blue Jays game. Both teams are out of the playoff contention, right? Both teams are. No, do not control their own destiny. Losing magic numbers 3. Elimination number of 3 for the Boston Red Sox. So, not interested in this one. Jays smash. Blue Jays are the worst. They have 0 effort. Pathetic, actually. They look checked out. Rumors are Vladdy wants out. I would want to.
I think Vladdy gets a massive extension in the offseason, though. And
I
whether or not it's the Blue Jays or not, I don't know.
I see an under in the Red Sox game. I'm skipping over 446 comment, so there you go. I'm gonna mention it. I am skipping over your comment. I see it. I'm skipping it because that's spam. You posted it twice. This is an under, if anything. Under 8. Does Rafael Devers bat with the baseball in his mouth? What is that? I believe it's gum. Whoever O's play in the first round. The close.
I think if you're the Orioles, I want the Royals in the first round, and I want the Yankees in the second round. And I'm not saying the Yankees are the easier matchup for the Orioles, but you know the Yankees more. Yeah. Like if and here's the thing, if I win my division, I get a bye. Like if I'm LA, if I'm the Phillies, if I'm the Yankees, or if I'm the Guardians, the last team I want to see, if I'm the Guardians, is the Royals or the Tigers or the Twins. The last team, if I'm the Yankees, I want to see, it's the Orioles. The last team, if I'm the Phillies, I want to see, it's the Mets or the Braves. I don't want to see my divisional opponent when I get a bye. Absolutely not. We've seen that in the past few years. Phillies have taken on the Braves multiple times as the wild card. We saw that also with the Dodgers as well. The Diamondbacks and the Padres took him down too. I
don't affiliate with either, so I'm not even going to bring that up. Laughing, pass on the comment. That's what we're here for. I can pass on your comment. I'll read all the other ones. Chill out before I put you in timeout. Ooh, go for it. All right, Nick, this is probably the biggest game of the day.
Oh, crap. Here we go again. It's the New York Mets and the Atlanta Braves. And here comes, once again, the PTSD of 2022. This line opened up with the Braves as minus 132 favorites. It's now a minus 135, a 3-cent line movement here towards the Braves. It did get up to a minus 144 at one point, though. We've had buyback on the Mets. Line opened up at an 8.5 at minus 110. It's down to an 8 at minus 115. I'll move towards the under. 27% or 73% of tickets and 71% of the cash is on the over in this game. The under seems very appealing. That's one thing I will say during this series. I think if you bet all 3 unders, you'll go 2-1 at the very worst. Because this is going to be playoff-style atmosphere. Every pitch matters type of thing. Very short leashes, potentially, for these starters. 30% of the tickets and 70% of the cash on the Mets. Sharp money is all over the Mets here in this game. The line's not really moved too much. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup in this game. Luis Severino and Spencer Schwellenbach. Severino, 3.31 ERA, 1.25 whip. 9.93 strikeouts per nine, which is 27%. 3.06 walks per nine, a 3.10 BABIP, a 3.82 FIP, and a 3.67 SIERA. On the flip side, Schwellenbach, a 2.65 ERA, 1.18 whip, 8.74 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%. 2.12 walks per nine, a 3.05 BABIP, a 3.17 FIP, and a 3.82 SIERA. Bullpen edge, Mets. Hitting edge, Mets. 104 WRC plus, which is 12th compared to 99, which is 18th. I think at the end of the series, I'm going to refuse to bet any of these games because I know my bias. And this is sometimes where you, as a sports bettor, you got to sit back and you're going to be like, yeah, I know my bias is going to take over in this series. I want to bet the Mets every single one. But I don't want to go 1-2 betting the Mets every single game of the series because I've seen this too many times. The Mets are going to find a way to fuck things up here. And hopefully this year is different. But I'm not trusting anything. I will watch basically every pitch of this game.
Yep.
but I will not have $1 on it. It's a no play for me. And that is all.
I'll be a biased homer piece of shit. I'll bet the Mets every game this series. And you know what? If I lose, I lose. Mets have a lucky number of 4. Sorry, I will not bet the Mets every single game of the series. If the Mets win the first 2 games of the series,
I will
not bet on them in the third game.
I will bet the Braves in the third game if the Mets win the first 2 games.
Correct. Also, at this point, we could always – it's not just the Braves. The Mets are now ahead of the Diamondbacks by a half a game. So they always have that opportunity because the Diamondbacks are currently playing in San Francisco. Never easy. And then they get 3 against the Padres, which could be still fighting for the division. So Arizona has a realistic shot. We could go into the playoffs. Would you be surprised if we went into the playoffs and it was Padres, Mets, Braves, or Padres, Braves, Mets?
No, because I said that was going to happen a couple weeks ago, that the Diamondbacks are going to be the odd man out.
So I'm not as worried about that. Now, I am worried about going into the series. We'll see after tonight. If the Mets can win tonight, that would obviously be a huge win. But they need at least 1 in the series, 2 to clinch a playoff spot. I'll be a homer piece of crap. I'm going to bet them every game.
I will not. I will stay off.
Mets first 5, live, fading, Bach at home under pressure.
Yeah, this is the first time Spencer Schwellenbach has really pitched under this type of stress because he pitched for what? Nebraska? When were you pitching with this type of stress in Nebraska?
Never.
Or in Gwinnett?
Run line. Sounds like a lock, dude. Braves. Mets smash. Will the MVP Lindor have guts and show? He is injured. What do you not understand? I don't understand what would you be saying the same thing if Aaron Judge sat out for a couple games with a back injury? No, probably not. No, he is injured. He is injured right now. Is he playing? I don't know. If I'm the Mets, I probably wouldn't even have to, probably don't have to worry about him right now. Let him get healthy. Because you look at what the shortstop position has done since he went out. Iglesias and Acuna combined are hitting like 400 or 350 or something.
And we know batting average is everything to you.
So I'm not as worried about Lindor being out. Get healthy, be there for the possible playoff run. F the Braves, damn right. Over 8. Mets first 5, love fading Bach under pressure. His first game, he had an insane blow-up. Dodgers destroyed him. Phillies destroyed him. Anytime he's at home under pressure, he fails. He falls. Yeah. I'm on the Braves, guys. Good luck. Severino has been kind of been a home run thrower. Well, I see an over. If the Braves win, I see it in the later stages. I could see that. I could for sure see that. I would bet the Braves would sail. I could understand that one. Mets plus 145 series. If I wasn't a Mets hater, I wouldn't do this.
I would do this.
Okay. I think it's Braves first 5 minus a half instead of full game. I could see that. Wow, series is tied 5-5. Yes, this is a big series for both teams, obviously. Morning, gentlemen. Commanders' money line was never in doubt. Hell yeah. Acuna home run. What are we doing here? Yeah, why not? Did you hear what Acuna's walk-up song is at Citi Field?
No.
Acuna Matata.
Ah, that's so good. That's so good. Acuna Matata.
Nerfy and the Mets first 5. There was talk about him coming back. He won't. Trade Lindor. You know what? That is the dumbest comment I've ever seen. They're not trading Lindor. So stop that. Acuna next year will probably be playing second base.
Yeah.
He'll probably be the everyday second baseman next year.
Or he could be the everyday third baseman. You move Vientos to first if Alonso doesn't resign.
That's
like
another
the Mets have a backup plan
they have
if
options.
Alonso does not sign because they have depth and things along those lines. And they've got young guys in the minors that can come up and play too.
There you go. Acuna plus 900. There you go. Sens money line was so much fun on Sunday. Sens minus 190, not so much today. Acuna home run has to be the play. I hope so. Do we have to talk about this game?
Oh, I love this game.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, this game means something, Tim. It does. This could be a historic game. The White Sox can break the all-time loss record with a loss in this game.
Please don't.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know if they do in this game. We have Jack Kohonowitz taking on Jonathan Cannon. The opening line was Angels minus 125. It's now White Sox minus 106. So we've had a dog to favorite for the White Sox, or a dog to pick them for the White Sox. Line opened up at an 8 minus 115. It's now an 8.5 minus 110. Move towards the over here as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game, where we have 62% of tickets and 86% of the cash on the Angels. Line's moving towards the White Sox here, Tim. And then we have 78% of the tickets and 81% of the cash is on the over here as well. The line's moving towards the over. Jonathan Cannon versus Jack Kohonowitz. Kohonowitz, 3.23 ERA, 1.10 whip, 3.82 strikeouts per nine, which is 10%. 0.59 walks per nine, a 284 BABIP, a 4.18 FIP, and a 4.36 ERA. Jonathan Cannon, a 5.74 ERA, 1.50 whip, 7.43 strikeouts per nine, which is 19%. 405 walks per nine, a 320 BABIP, a 4.93 FIP, and a 4.89 SIERA. Bullpen edge, White Sox. Hitting edge does go towards the Angels, 91 WRC plus, which is 22nd, compared to dead last 68 WRC plus for the White Sox. I would only look Chicago in this game. That'd be the only way I would look, is the White Sox money line. Because if you look at it here, do any of these teams have anything to play for?
No.
And as stupid as it sounds, for the White Sox, the answer is yes. Absolutely.
If this is the final weekend of the year, maybe.
Yeah. Do you want to finish this year with 125 losses? Like, do you want to be?
Matters.
Do you want to not only be the worst team of all time, but by far the worst team of all time?
Who cares?
I think some players can have some pride, right? I would only look White Sox in this game. It's the only way I'm looking at this one.
Yeah, I can't. Good luck to you, but I can't. I'm staying completely off. Oh, sorry.
Stop it. Get some help. Stop it. Get some help.
Hold on.
Stop it. Get some help.
Sorry, I had to do it 3 times. I figured
press it.
One wasn't enough.
I swear, if you press it one more time, I'm betting the White Sox.
2 was okay. 3 had to do it.
Yeah. How about the ready? Not the White Sox. Not the White Sox. The White Sox run line.
Betting NHL preseason is like betting a coin flipping contest. I'd rather bet a preseason game than the Angels versus the White Sox. Where's the 1-800 button? There you go. Did you guys cry when Alonso came up for the last time at Citi Field? No.
I think the Mets can replace him.
He's replacement.
And one thing that is kind of on a positive of the way that Alonso has played this year is he's played himself into a cheaper contract if the Mets do want to re-sign him, because it's been a down year for him. I don't know if here's the thing though. I don't know if he's a David Stearns guy. Like, I think David Stearns will be totally okay with next year starting the season with Vientos at first, McNeil or Acuna at second, Lindor at short, and Brett Beatty potentially at third, or somebody like Jose Iglesias at third. Yeah, I think Iglesias has played himself into an extension for at least 1 year. I wouldn't mind bringing back Iglesias next year. Why not?
But no, we didn't cry. 1-800 if I've ever seen one. Like the over in this game. White Sox smash. I'll bet whatever Tim bets because he loves bum fights. You mean Nick?
I want to take the White Sox -1 in this game, honestly.
Lean over 8.5. Most likely pass on this game. So based off of last night, we're thinking Jaguars, the over in the Cincinnati-Carolina game, Ravens money line this week. I kind of want to go Ravens against the what is that Ravens line at? Ravens open up as a 2-point favorite versus Buffalo. That's about right. I feel like that's right. But I probably will be on Baltimore. LOL. Both teams hitting the ball. Didn't these guys pitch against each other earlier this month? I don't know because I don't really pay attention to White Sox games. White Sox hit up that pitcher last week. White Sox -2 plus 325 is a lock.
I just took the money line at -105. Do I really have to cash out because you're calling it a lock?
Well, he said the -2 is, so they could still win by 1.
Okay.
I like a few home dogs today. White Sox, Rockies, and Athletics. I will be on the
I will be on the Athletics. I promise you that.
When was the last time the White Sox were a favorite?
I can look that up.
It is a pick'em. It is a pick'em.
Okay, when was the last time you had to lay a number on the White Sox? I think that's the better question here. Let me try to find that answer for you. They were. Give me a minute. Wow, it's been a minute. Okay. Last time you had to lay a number on the White Sox, they were -160 favorites against the Pittsburgh Pirates at home, where it was Marco Gonzalez versus Garrett Crochet. They lost that game 4-1.
Okay.
Let's move on. Minnesota Twins and the Miami Marlins. Twins -235 favorites in this game, total of 8 in this one. I can understand why the line's as wide as it is. And Tim, you know what this game is, Tim?
Cash cow.
Yep. Line opened up 225. It's now 235. Line opened up at an 8, -110. It's now an 8 at -115, suggesting that Ryan Weathers is a little vulnerable in this game. We have 93% tickets, 99% of cash on the Twins. The line's moving towards them. 77% of tickets, 74% of cash is on the over in this one as well. Ryan Weathers has not been good. I want to take a look, though, to see if this is just a limited sample size type of thing, because I think he came back last start against the Dodgers, and that's the only one he's pitched in the last 30 days. And that is the only one he's pitched in the last 30 days. 5 earned runs, 8 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 4 1/3 innings pitched in an 8-4 loss against the LA Dodgers. Now he gets Bailey over, which is a 5.34 ERA, 0.91 whip, 10.99 strikeouts per nine, which is 31%, 2.2 walks per nine, a 2.03 BABIP, a 4.29 FIP, and a 3.18 SIERA. My numbers project positive regression for these for Bailey Ober. Bullpen edge is a toss-up. Hitting edge does go towards Miami here, but everything correlates here. It's a cash cow play. The line's moving towards the Twins. They are in between 180, 280. The total's above 7, 8 or higher, and the public is on the Minnesota Twins. So this is Twins run line for me. Cash cow play.
Oh, this is at least a fade the Marlins. And then the cash cow just makes it even better. Not even much of a cap into this one. Marlin fade every day and cash cow. So we're going to just run the Twins run line.
Yeah, for me in this game, looking at the cap, I think the cash cow overrides the Marlin fade on that spot, even though it's the same play. But Plus, you're the Minnesota Twins. You're a game out. This is a series like we were talking about earlier with the Royals. They need this series. Now, I know need to win doesn't mean will win, but if you're the Minnesota Twins, if this isn't a get-right series against a 100-loss baseball team, I don't know what is. If they lose a game in this series, Twins are done.
I would have to agree. Machado, Betts, Ohtani, Soto, Morel, Chisholm, Judge, all bases. Who's hitting a homer? Probably. Merrill. You say Merrill? Probably Ohtani.
Or Machado. I like Machado a little bit too.
Stop
One thing
this.
we know is the Padres are not scared of the Dodgers.
At 446, go onto the site and figure it out. Cow Moo, Twins are a playoff team. They're not. Dodger fade isn't as easy as you're going to think. Look up the Dodgers batting average versus King. So many home runs and almost 400 batting average. Still don't trust the Dodgers to win. He obviously doesn't understand still, Nick. For you. Twins need to win doesn't mean they're going to win. Twins minus 2.5. Nerfy on the Twins. Twins are like KC. Certainly won't be hammering minus 1.5 with this team. This team bad. Miami beat up on Atlanta. Atlanta only won that series by 1 run. Yeah. So you're betting on the fish then? It's Reagan's day. First 5. That's first 5 for me. Why? Nick copying 4 for 6 again. Twins must win series.
Fuck off with the copying shit. I'm not allowed to have my thoughts.
I mean, we're gonna fade we're on the Twins regardless because of the fade the Marlins, but whatever.
God,
Atlanta needed to win that series. Yeah, just because they needed it doesn't mean they're going to get it. Can you trust Twins at minus 250 after they only score after they one score last game? I mean, they're against the Marlins. They should win. Ohtani 3 home runs. No. Bets to Ohtani has 2 home runs versus King.
3 home runs, yeah.
3 home runs. Mookie Betts has 2. Monty has 1. I made parlay the Twins and Royals. King Masterclass loading. Royals, Cubs, Twins, D-backs parlay. I don't like the D-backs part of it. Where did the D-backs go? Oh, San Fran. Yeah, that's never easy. 446 is crazy. I bet my parlay. Fernando, look at that for answers. Okay. Let's roll this game, Nick.
Yeah, let's get into it. Houston Astros, Seattle Mariners, minus 125 for the Astros, total of 7 in this game. What a pitching matchup for this one, though. Logan Gilbert and Framber Valdez. Line opened up at a 133, got down to a 126. It's up to a 140 now. So we have a 7-cent live movement here towards these Houston Astros. Line opened up at a 7, minus 117. It's now a 7 at minus 105. A move towards the under here. If this isn't a playoff atmosphere type of game, I don't know what is. And there's a few spots today that are just pure playoff atmospheres. It is going to be a playoff atmosphere in Atlanta tonight. It is going to be a playoff atmosphere at Dodger Stadium tonight. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere at Yankee Stadium tonight. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere in Comerica Park. And I know it's the Tampa Bay Rays playing them, but the Tigers are in a playoff race right now. It is going to be a playoff race feeling in Houston and in Chicago with the White Sox. That's going to be a playoff feel right there as well.
No, but not in all seriousness. I was going to say there's going to be a playoff-esque atmosphere, and I know this sounds crazy, in Oakland.
Yes, in Oakland as well. Yes. And we will get into that in a little bit. But we do have a move towards the Astros here and a move towards the under. 75% tickets, 75% of the cash is on the over, and this game dropping. Interesting. The under does appeal to me with Gilbert and Valdez. Like that's I get it. It's the too easy under, but that under is very appealing. Like this is a playoff atmosphere type of game. You can throw the easy unders out of the window when it comes to playoff atmosphere.
Correct.
73% of tickets and 86% of the cash is on the Astros. The line's moving towards them, though, in this game. We have Logan Gilbert, 3.45 ERA, 0.86 whip, 12.93 strikeouts per 9, which is 37%, 1.44 walks per 9, a 258 BABIP, but 2.95 FIP, and a 2.23 SIERA. Framber Valdez, 1.36 ERA, 0.85 whip, 9.27 strikeouts per 9, which is 27%, 2.73 walks per 9, a 210 BABIP, a 2.5 FIP, and a 2.94 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards Seattle. Hitting edge goes towards Seattle. 121 WRC plus, which is 8th, compared to 107, which is 11th. I would only look towards the under in this game. It's the only thing I would look at is the under in this game. Whether or not I'm betting it, it's another story. But this is a playoff style game that we are going to see. I think we see Gilbert shove. I think we see Valdez shove in this game. I would only look towards the under, but I will sit back with my plus 350 ticket with the Astros and enjoy the game. I will probably have I'll probably have the Mets game on the TV and this one on my computer.
I will say I will be on Seattle tonight at plus money again. I like Logan Gilbert. But I will also say this game is either going to end up one of two ways. And this is why I'm not going to touch a total, Nick. It's going to be 2-1, 3-1, something like that. Or it's going to be 9-8. There is not going to be an in-between. It's either going to be runs galore or pitching galore. And I think we're going to find that out within the first 3 innings. But I will be on Seattle. I think they continue to make a push towards that wild card spot. So I will be on the Mariners at a little bit of plus money against the Astros here to continue to try to keep pushing them a little bit. I still think the Astros end up winning the division. I'm just going to continue to take plus money with the Mariners.
I am extremely interested in this under 7. I just got to figure out if I'm going to pull the trigger on it. I'm going to look at the bullpens a little bit, and I think I'm going to pull the trigger on the under in this game.
San Francisco, best team in baseball. I don't think so. I love when Tim reads the comments. Yo, Money Markello, what's up? Parleys. I am parlaying a Seattle plus 1.5 with somebody. I like that. Houston minus 1.5. Playoff atmosphere in Oakland. It's not going to be a playoff atmosphere, but it should be pretty close to a sold-out crowd for the final series in Oakland. I watched last night's game over football. Miller was a beast. It was great. Baltimore minus 1.5. Sprinkle. Cream always rises to the top. Astros need to bring the garbage cans out before they collapse. I still love how you referenced from like 7 years ago. That means nothing anymore. Acuna Jr. home run, Oakland money line. Take that to the window. Whew. What happened? I came back to Nick saying F off. I was going to leave too. He was talking to 446.
It's 446 every single thing I say. Apparently, I'm copying him because apparently the only thing I do with my entire day is follow every single word that 446 says and copies every single thing he says. Because apparently that's the way I am. No, it's just I'm tired of him saying every single comment I make is somehow copying him, and it's not. I promise you, it's not. If I was going to copy people, I would pick smarter people to copy.
Are we going over WNBA? No. This might be the best slate of the whole season.
Oh, yeah.
Seattle batting 308 versus Valdez. Julio and Robles, hit them up. Let's get it. $65 a ticket for A's. Of course, they raised the prices.
Yes, because it's a higher demand.
Yep.
Supply demand.
Screw the A's owner. Once a cheat, always a cheat. They will hear it forever. You're just a salty Yankee fan about it. Let's keep rolling.
Yeah, I moved on the under 7 at minus 110. And the more and more I think about it, the more and more I would like to add the first 5 under as well. And double up on the under in this game. The first 5 is under 3.5. I'm going to double down on unders in this Mariners game with these two pitchers. So first 5 under 3.5, full game under 7. I'm going to double down on that. There. We'll move on. What a fun matchup this is. The Colorado Rockies and the St. Louis Cardinals. I saw a post, and I need to see whether or not he's just done playing or if this is just like he's playing out the string. Yeah. But Charlie Blackmon announced his retirement yesterday. I don't know if he's in the lineup. If he is, maybe bet him over bases, maybe bet him in a home run. These are the type of things at the end of the year where you can probably use angles like that for players who are retiring at the end of the year and things like that to do something on their last game. Because we saw this, and it's something that I kind of noticed, like Judge's, 63 home runs a couple years ago, or Albert Pujols chasing the 700 club or whatever. Mm-hmm. If you notice some of the pitches they got during that run, absolute cookies. Like if you go back to Albert Pujols' last year, the year that he got into, I think it was the 600 or 700 home run club or whatever. 700, yeah. So many of those home runs were like middle fastballs that you just couldn't miss. So Maybe you see that with something like in one of Blackman's last games. He get Cardinals. You're already eliminated for the year. Gets a cookie. He hits one. Just putting that one out there. Not saying it's going to hit or not, but if he's playing, Charlie Blackmon props are worth a look. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here between McGreevy and Feltner. Line opened up at a 115 for St. Louis. It's now a 111. 4-cent line movement towards the Rockies. Line opened up an 11 down to a 10.5. So move towards the under here as well. Let's take a look. We have 67% of the tickets, 66% of the tickets, 67% of the cash is on the over. We have 74 and 84 on the Cardinals with the line moving towards these Rockies. In this one, McGreevy, we've seen him pitch once, very limited sample size. He looked decent. On the flip side, Ryan Feltner, 3.54 ERA, 1.18 whip, 7.07 strikeouts per nine, which is 15%, 3.21 walks per nine, a 266 BABIP, but 3.81 FIP, and a 4.60 SIERA. Bullpen edge, Cardinals. Hitting edge, Cardinals. 94 WRC plus, which is 21st, compared to 84, which is 25th. No play here for me. It's a pass.
Yeah, I had no really reason to go after this one. Both teams are out. I was trying to find what the deal is with, and he just announced his retirement. I don't really see anything with him. He should be playing out the rest of the season. Just because he announces his retirement doesn't mean he did retire.
That's what I was thinking.
So I wouldn't mind Blackmon props, but nothing going for me. I didn't feel the need to go after the game. Mariners, are the Cards playing for something? Nope, they're out. Rockies at home are 500. Pitchers who have never pitched at Coors Field struggle.
Yeah, I can see. It would be Rockies or nothing if I'm betting the side in this game for sure.
Rocky smash. Blackmon hit 3 home runs in Dodger Stadium. He wants to end on a high note.
Yeah.
Under. A's money line no matter what. Thursday for me. Until then, I'm not interested. I'm doing every single game of the series. Blackmon is on fire at the moment. He is playing well. So there you go. Over 10.5. I don't know about the over. Rocks at even money. Nothing too special. Astros cost my favorite manager, Joe Girardi, to lose his job because they cheated. Now we're stuck with Boone. That's not their fault. He will finish the season. Okay, there you go. How's McGreevy pitched? I don't think so.
No, he's a rookie.
Of course. Blackmon home run. At least take Blackmon over bases.
There you go.
Sure.
Blackmon over bases, Blackmon home run.
I'm gonna go get that prop up for you real quick. Before we jump into the next game, let me go player props. Charlie Blackmon total bases minus 115 for over 1.5 bases. I'll take it. I'm putting that onto my CapperTek now, and I'm going to be betting it.
There you go. We'll move on. San Francisco Giants and the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks minus 145 favorites, total of 8 in this game. What a shame it would be if the Diamondbacks continued to lose baseball games, especially against teams like the Giants. What a shame that would be. Line opened up at a 130. It's now to a 140 now for the Diamondbacks. So the line's moved towards Arizona. Line opened up at an 8.5, 8 at minus 115. It's now an 8 at minus 120. So move towards the over here as well. We have 81% of tickets, 94% of cash on the Diamondbacks, which explains the line move towards them. 99 and 98 on the over. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here between Logan Webb and Brandon Pfaadt. Webb, 6.58 ERA, 1.58 whip, 7.96 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%. 2.77 walks per nine, a 354 BABIP, a 4.32 FIP, and a 3.73 SIERA. On the flip side, Brandon Pfaadt, 8.37 ERA, 1.73 whip, 12.55 strikeouts per nine, which is 30%. 3.04 walks per nine, a 446 BABIP, a 372 FIP, and a 3.26 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Giants. Hitting edge goes towards Arizona, 125 WRC plus, which is 5th, compared to 88, which is 24th. I have no interest in this game. I will pay attention to it because if the Diamondbacks continue to lose baseball games, that'll make the Mets' life a little bit easier. especially when the Diamondbacks have to play the Padres the final series as well, which that's no cakewalk either. Especially if the Padres do enough damage during the Dodger series to a place where, like, and we threw that hypothetical out there yesterday. What if the Padres go into Dodger Stadium and sweep, and all of a sudden the Padres Diamondbacks series is the Diamondbacks fighting for a playoff spot and the Padres fighting for the division with the tiebreaker? Like,
or what happens? Hold on, hear me out here. What happens if we get absolute chaos and the Padres go into the Dodger series and get swept?
That does not sound appealing whatsoever.
And all of a sudden, that first wild card spot's up for grabs. Going into the final year with the Padres and the Diamondbacks going at it, and then the Mets are going against the Brewers, who are playing for nothing. Just throwing that out there. We can get absolute chaos with that, but we'll see. No, I'm just messing. Let's see. Cowboys money line is a lock for Thursday. Why are you laying a money line?
They are a lock, though. That they are absolutely free money.
That's like a minus 250.
Yeah, I've seen that line go from, I believe, a 5 down to a 4.5 with everybody on the Cowboys.
I'm seeing fives again. I'm starting to see 5.5s. Some Nicholas Handy, Diamondback smash, over 8, Diamondbacks team total over. Your stock went up $4. Cool. Eugenio Suarez home run. The D-backs was disappointing yesterday. Loss on them. Lean over. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really disappointed with D-backs losing games. Lean D-backs. Webb has been bad and Fatty has been good. Corbin 2+ hits. Won't talk you off of it. The entire world was on D-backs yesterday. Well, they had to win, right?
Yeah.
Ketel Marte home run. I can't believe it's that high. Do you guys think no, I would never say anything is a lock. Don't do that.
I love the angle, but it's not a lock.
It's not a lock. Jock Pederson 2+ hits. Go for it. Speaking of Oakland.
Yeah. Give me Oakland. Let's get into it, though. Mitch Spence and Nathan Eovaldi. Line opened up with the Rangers as minus 120 favorites. The Oakland A's are now minus 102. So we have a big move towards Oakland here. Line opened up at an 8 at minus 105. It's now a 7.5 minus 115. Let's take a look at the cash flow. And this 157% of the tickets and 78% of the cash is on the Rangers, with the line moving towards the Athletics. And then we have 70%. Oh, wrong game. 99 and 99 on the over in this game. Mitch Spence and Nathan Eovaldi. Nathan Eovaldi, 4.85 ERA, 1.31 WHIP, 9.4 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%, 2.73 walks per 9, a 3.09 BABIP, a 4.18 FIP, and a 3.83 SIERA. Mitch Spence, 2.7 ERA, 1.46 WHIP, 7.43 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%, 2.36 walks per 9, a 3.57 BABIP, a 3.28 FIP, and a 3.94 SIERA. Bullpen edge, Oakland. Hitting edge, Oakland, 111 WRC plus, which is 10th, compared to 100, which is 16th. We have the Oakland Athletics playing their final series at the Oakland Coliseum before they move to Sacramento next year, following that up with Vegas. We have basically the Oakland Athletics playing for everything right now, with it being not obviously, when I say playing for everything, not a playoff spot or anything like that, but pride. Like, they're playing with pride. They want to end this Oakland run on a positive note. And definitely the Yankees series is not the way they want to go out. They got swept by the Yankees. They don't want that. And the Rangers are playing for absolutely nothing. The regression monster hit them massively hard this year, which anyone who knows ball would have seen from a mile away. And I'm on the Oakland Athletics at minus 105. I will be on the Oakland Athletics every game this series in their final series in Oakland.
I'm with you here. And that's just that was just a spot that we had circled from the beginning of the year. Once we heard it was from they were moving to Sacramento.
It was the same thing with the Coyotes.
Yep. Oakland Athletics money line. Let's run it. Nothing really to go into. You already kind of tagged into it. Who are the Phillies going to play first in the playoffs? It depends. Do they get the 1 seed? Do they get the 2 seed?
Yep.
Right now, they would get the 2 seed, but it's half a game between them and the Dodgers. So the 2 seed would get the winner of the 3 and 6. So they'd play the winner right now of Milwaukee and Arizona. And right now, it would be Mets, Padres, and then the winner gets the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Lock it up. No. Oakland smash spot. I love it. Whenever someone says free or lock, I end up winning by betting the opposite. Exactly. So Cubs are locked. So don't do that. Stop. Rangers won the World Series, Nick. Something they could be proud of for years.
Good for them. They won a cookie. I'm worried about this year where they completely missed the playoffs. Last year doesn't matter anymore.
Texas must be checked out. They won the World Series last year, and they're going to play in Oakland and watch the franchise end. All right, Nick. I'm probably staying off of the series, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you know exactly my thoughts on the series. You know my thoughts on the Padres. You know my thoughts on the Dodgers. But let's get into it. We have the San Diego Padres and the LA Dodgers. The Dodgers are minus 115 favorites. It opened up at a 123. It's down to a 115. So we even moved towards these Padres. Line opened up 8.5 minus 102. It's an 8.5 minus 105. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game, where we have 78% of the tickets and 95% of the cash is on the LA Dodgers, and they're moving the line towards the Padres, saying, you like the Dodgers at minus 125? Here's them at minus 120. Oh, you guys like them even more at minus 120? Here's minus 115. They're not scared. 70% of the tickets, 59% of the cash on the over here as well. Michael King versus Landon Knack. King a 2.30 ERA, a 1.32 whip, a 10.21 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%. 3.62 walks per nine, a 3.07 BABIP, a 3.28 FIP, and a 3.87 SIERA. On the flip side, Landon Knack, 4.85 ERA, 1.31 whip, 11.77 strikeouts per nine, which is 30%. 3.46 walks per nine, a 290 BABIP, a 4.91 FIP, and a 3.52 SIERA. Bullpen edge, Padres, massive one. Hitting edge, 3 WRC plus towards these Dodgers, 128, which is third. The Padres right behind them in fourth at 125 WRC plus. So both these teams are hitting. And when you look at this season series this year, these two teams have played each other 10 times. The Padres have won 7 of them. If there's one team that the Padres are not scared of, it's the Dodgers. They're not. I 100% agree. They shouldn't be scared of the Dodgers. This is a team that they beat in the playoffs a couple years ago. It's a team that they've done pretty well against. They've won 3 in a row against them. They've won 5 of the last 6 against them. Pretty simple for me. I'm on the Padres. And I think if you like the Padres to win this series, I think there's dumber things you can sprinkle than Padres to win the West. They're 3 games out. Granted, they get the Diamondbacks after this, and the Dodgers go to Coors Field to play the Rockies. So who knows what that's going to look like. But I think there's dumber things you can sprinkle heading into the series than the Padres to win the National League West.
I just don't see the Dodgers getting swept at home. But
no, but if they take 2 out of 3, the Padres, they're 2 games out with the right. There'd be 2 games out with the tiebreaker. So that would be kind of tough. So really, you're hoping they sweep.
Yeah, you kind of hope they sweep the series. And that would require them to still outdo what the Dodgers do against the Rockies.
Fair.
So I'm staying off of this game. I feel like it would be a lot of fun to see some chaos. But that's just me.
How much fun would chaos be if we see in the wild card round the Mets go to the Dodger Stadium? Like, and here's the ready.
No. Meaning Padres possibly get swept, and the Mets can try to get the first wild card spot.
Okay, that's a possibility as well. But if you're the New York Mets, who would you rather go up against? Dylan Cease, Joe Musgrove, Yu Darvish, or Walker Buehler, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Landon Knack?
I would rather go up against the Dodgers for sure. In terms of the pitching staff. But I think the Mets pitching staff can compete with either one, but that's just me. Hello. Come on, Tim. I wouldn't, but anything on them boys, money line fading them past 2 weeks. Yeah, that's been good, but you just got and I know that the score's a little bit deceiving because it was 28 to 25, but that game was 28-6. So that game was a blowout. And a couple of meaningless touchdowns for the Cowboys kind of made it look closer. And then the Giants just had a big win as a road underdog against Cleveland. So it's probably a good sell high spot on the Giants. Sprinkle on the A's. Here we go. A team cannot make the playoffs for 5 years. Okay. Padres, but leaving it alone. Padres money line. Dodgers beat up on bad teams. King shoves tonight. This game is an over. The lines moved so much last night. I saw Dodgers at -115 to -105 last night to wake up to -120. King is not going to shove if data matters. Padres money line. Padres money line. Freeman needs to wake up. The Dodgers aren't going to be winning the World Series with their pitching. No, they are not. Rockies money line would be hilarious against the Dodgers in Coors Field.
Right? It'd be such a shame if the Dodgers go into Coors and lose that series, right?
Such a shame. Speaking of pitching, Ohtani is speculated to be pitching for the postseason. If I'm the Dodgers, no. I would not want that.
As somebody who is probably going to look to fade the Dodgers in the playoffs as well, maybe not every game like I have the regular season, but if I'm going to look to fade the Dodgers in the playoffs, give me Ohtani pitching. You give me a rusty pitching Ohtani, I'll fade whoever that plays them against Ohtani.
No, Ohtani would come out. Ohtani would come out of the bullpen.
Yeah, probably.
Still not a good spot.
No.
Isn't this game in San Diego? It is in LA.
No, it's in LA.
I could see
and the
this
Dodgers
game sneaking over if it loses that Billion Blolly. I don't trust Dodger pitching in the playoffs.
I don't trust the Dodgers in the playoffs.
That's it. They lose to everyone else.
I do think they lose to the Padres. I do think the Mets would lose to the Padres.
Ohtani has been pitching in practice for 2 weeks. If I'm the Dodgers, there is zero reason to have Ohtani pitch. You're telling me that the first time you want to see him pitch this year is in a high leverage spot in the playoffs? I think that would be a mistake. No, I don't think Glasnow's going to be back for the postseason.
He's not. He's out for the year.
That is all the games for today. Nick, let's go ahead and put the CapperTek links into the chat. That's where our recaps will be for today. All you got to do is follow, and you'll get a week's worth of plays for free. So all you got to do, make an account, follow us, and you get to see all the plays that we put up on the site. But that is everything. Make sure you guys are following all the social medias, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. We'll be back again tomorrow with another edition of the Earle Sports Show. Until next time.